Hey guys, welcome to the video. I hope that you guys are having a good time. I hope that your week is going well. And I actually hope that everything you're doing, everything you put your hands into is having success. Today I wanted to talk about life. And the reason I wanted to talk about life is because many of us take it for granted. Nowadays, there's this push by media, by people in life, that money is everything. That having a career means happiness. That having a career means that you're going to be successful. That you're going to find everything in life enjoyable. And that you literally are not going to go wrong with it. I'm here to tell you that's wrong. For starters, my wife has a career, and many times I have seen her so drained out of life because of coworkers, politics, COVID-19, and many other things that are around us every single day. I myself tried pursuing money after I left the Jehovah's Witnesses organization. I thought it was a no-brainer to get up higher and do what I wanted and be successful in that way. I was thinking of getting into real estate, and I was thinking in getting in a lot of stuff. And after being here for a month, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. After being here with very little money, stressed as hell, and with the situation of me understanding that I didn't want real estate, I didn't want money per se, I started to see how I was being misguided. You see, when you are on social media, you're on Instagram, and you follow these influencers and you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, you start to compare your life to theirs. You start to say, why don't I have that Aston Martin? Or why don't I have that long hair that he has? Or why don't I have that suit, that tie? Why don't I have those Air Jordans? Or why don't I have, I don't know, a porch in my garage? You start comparing your life to those who have made it. And you start becoming really unhappy. I love my fellow YouTubers. I love Alex Costa. I love David de las Morenas. I love Aaron Marino. I love all of those guys. Those guys, Hafiz from The Roommates, I love all of them. But I cannot be them. I have to be myself. I have to be the individual that is named Daniel Albino for the YouTube channel that is called Daniel Albino. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to imitate those guys in some aspects. I want to do the cool drone shots that How the Beast David de las Morenas does. I want to be as good at selling stuff like Alpha Marino is. I want to look as good as Alex Costa. But I also understand that I am not them. I have different priorities, and money, even though it's a concern in everybody's life, it's not a priority for me. You see, if my priority was money, then I will be pushing myself to work harder, to have 3 jobs, to have 4 jobs, to have a side hustle. But it's never been that. I always been smarter than most people. I always have had more common sense than a lot of people have. Even my coworkers say it. Sometimes it holds me back, but sometimes it becomes a blessing in disguise. And I'm here to talk to you about this because I realize that many of you, after leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses organization, don't know what to do with your life. First of all, do everything that you were not allowed to do when you were a JW. I wouldn't say get drunk, because I haven't. I wouldn't say, I don't know, become obsessed with money, because I did and it sucks. I will say explore. Get to know people. Get to know the world. Understand the world. Understand their pain, their suffering, what they're fighting for. Understand individuals. Understand groups. Understand ethnicities. Go travel the world if you can, or at least travel your country. Understand what surrounds you, because we were put in this cocoon, and we were not allowed to do a lot of things that normal people were allowed to do. I wanted to be a basketball player. That was my dream. I sucked at it when I was in high school, but it was because I never was allowed to go play with other kids on the street. So if you're a kid and your mom left the religion, play with the kids in the street. Go play ball. Go do soccer. Do basketball. Do softball, baseball. Do whatever you want to do. Of course, with the permission of your parent. If you're a teenager and you left the religion called the Jehovah's Witnesses, please try to understand yourself better. Go out there. Know what you like. Go and understand what you're attracted to, who you're attracted to. Don't listen to conservatives and don't listen to liberals. They are not you. You are you. You are an individual. You have your own interests, your own moral code, and your own sanity and common sense. So if you're a teenager, yes, you're going to hear a lot from the conservatives. If you live in the rural area, you're going to learn a lot from the liberals. If you live in the city, you're going to hear a lot of noise, okay? I heard a lot of noise when I left the organization, and I was like very liberal at first, then very conservatives on the other, and then I was completely in the middle again because that's where I feel safe. Because to me, none of them made sense. But that's me. Maybe you have a political interest. Maybe you have a crush in the world that you like. Go. Look at that boy. Look at that girl. Have fun. Obviously, do it responsibly, right? Everything you do, do it with responsibility. But don't let the Jehovah's Witnesses and their religion and their policies dictate what you want in life. And for those adults out there, like me, like one of my friends, Joe, focus on life. Money comes. If you work hard enough, if you stick to it, money will come. If you learn about money, if you learn about, I don't know, investments, real estate, and all that, and you spend wisely, money will come. But focus on your life now. Focus on your children if you have children. Focus on yourself. Mostly on yourself. Get a new haircut. I don't know, color your hair pink, purple, green, gray, I don't know. Whatever tickles your funny bones. Do it. Because there's nobody that can tell you to do otherwise. Yeah, a former Jehovah's Witness that is very conservative will tell you, don't do your hair pink. it's not their choice, it's yours. The same way, a liberal friend might be like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that about this culture. Own it. Be yourself. Always be true, be honest, be humble. Always, always, always focus on you and your family in your life. Go on hikes. Travel the world. I don't know. Get a girlfriend again. Do whatever you want to do to be successful. But always focus on having time for what matters most. Because this disappears. It doesn't disappear because you can pass it down to your children. But in reality, you should teach your children how to be wiser with their money and not depend on your money entirely. So, in other words, when you die, that money should go down with you. Or at least it should stay helping others, not just your family. Now, that's my opinion, and I'm not going to force that on anybody. Do what you do, love enjoying. Dude, when I left the Jehovah's Witnesses, I was so focused on money and growing and being better than everybody else that I forgot that I love playing video games. I love this shit. Like, I enjoy it. It brings me peace. It gets me focused. And even my wife sits down with me and she's like, man, I love how you look when you're convinced that you can win in a game. So do what you love. Enjoy it. Have fun. Fellow SJWs, don't fall into other cults. Being a liberal, being a conservative, and thinking that you're always right and that nobody else is right is a cult. Listen to me well. Listen to me well. Living, thinking that everybody that doesn't think like you is completely wrong and that you're the only side that is right is a cult. That's why I don't identify as a liberal or a conservative, because I understand this principle very well. We left the organization for various reasons. But you guys can fall into a cult. I almost fell into the conservative cult. And I'm calling it a conservative cult because it is. The same with the liberals. There has to be a limit. You know deep inside you what's right and what's wrong. Okay? Not because of what Jehovah's Witnesses taught you, but because of what you know is right and wrong. If you think that somebody saying something, whether liberal or conservative, is wrong, you can sit down and you can stop them. You don't have to agree with everything everybody says. That's why you left the Jehovah's Witnesses in the first place. Most of the time, that's it. It wasn't for me, but for others, it was. Are you telling me that you're going to let yourself be controlled by the powers outside of yourself? Think about it for 1 second. Nations fought for freedom in the past. Races fought for freedom in the past. Religious followers like us follow freedom for us. Freedom is not always easy. You want the world to be a utopia like you did before, then you're blinder than a dog with an eye patch. Because the reality of this world is a utopia may never come. Because human nature, even though it's good and there's a lot of good in it, there's also a lot of evil. And this is why I'm talking to you, Jehovah's Witnesses, that left the religion. Yeah, trust me, I don't want the world to die. I don't want power plants to destroy the planet. I don't even want people throwing trash on the streets. But can I control everybody else from doing that? No. But I can teach my daughter, Annabeth, not to do that. I can teach my grandkids not to do that. I can educate others not to do that. But you cannot control people. You cannot manipulate and control and force upon people. That's never going to work. You, as a Jehovah Witness or former Jehovah's Witness, should know this better than anybody else. When you went door to door and you open the Bible and you try to convince this individual that God is good and that the nations are evil, people will call you that you were full of shit. Others will be like, I believe in God. I know He's good. Let me listen to you a little more. Everybody has freedom to decide what they believe in. You believe in the vaccines? Good for you. You don't? That's your problem. Not mine, not anybody else's. Now, does my health, should you concern yourself with my health? Sure. Will you? Not really. Everybody's in this for themselves. Most of the time. And that's reality. And that's why I get so mad at former Jehovah's Witnesses that think that they are holier than everybody else because they have an opinion on life that is different than the other. I can create a list on and on and on, and I can just literally make a ton of arguments as to why I don't believe in anything and I believe in everything. I can sit down with a liberal and agree with him. I can sit down with a conservative and agree with him. I can make my own decisions, and I can actually speak from what I have learned. If what I have learned is false, I'll correct my behavior. But this is what I care about, that we remain kind, loving, and caring individuals. Kindness is key. And that's what I want you guys to think about when you're thinking about life. You're playing an online game and somebody kicks your ass, congratulate them. But get better and then kick their ass later. What I'm trying to say is, everybody goes about life differently after we leave the cult. Everybody does their own thing. Many don't celebrate birthdays because they still believe in Jehovah's Witnesses teachings. Others, like me, had a Spider-Man cake just the other day. But we shouldn't judge, and we shouldn't confront those who don't act like us, because we don't know it all. We don't know what's happening behind this closed door or open door or living room, whatever. You don't know that, and neither do we know what everybody else is going through. Now, with that being said, enjoy life. You have the whole world to yourself, SJW. You have the whole world to conquer. You can conquer it in money. You can conquer it in success. You can get a career. You can love life. You can play video games. You can work hard. You can be lazy. You can believe in religion. You can hate religion. You can be liberal. You can be conservative. You can do whatever the hell you want. Don't fall into the trap of being in a single bubble and putting everybody else that doesn't agree with you on one side of the spectacle, because it's not right, and you know it, because you left this organization for the very same reason. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe, turn on notifications on. I will put and post many different videos, and as always, I'm here to help. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.